there were a lot of tears that were flowing today in a Fulton County courtroom when right-wing MAGA Trump attorney Jenna Ellis, who, remember, she was talking all kind of trash after she got indicted. She was out there, news conferences, and all this sort of stuff, defending that fool, Donald Trump. Well, guess what? Her ass today pled guilty to illegally conspiring to overturn Trump's 2020 election loss in Georgia. Oh, yeah, she's been facing 2 charges, including violating Georgia's anti-racketeering act, pled guilty in court Tuesday morning to 1 felony count of aiding and abetting false statements and writings. Here's the tears.
Thank you, Your Honor, for the opportunity to address the court. As an attorney who is also a Christian, I take my responsibilities as a lawyer very seriously, and I endeavor to be a person of sound moral and ethical character in all of my dealings. In the wake of the 2020 presidential election, I believed that challenging the results on behalf of President Trump should be pursued in a just and legal way. I endeavored to represent my client to the best of my ability. I relied on others, including lawyers with many more years of experience than I, to provide me with true and reliable information, especially since my role involved speaking to the media and to legislators in various states. What I did not do, but should have done, Your Honor, was to make sure that the facts the other lawyers alleged to be true were in fact true. In the frenetic pace of attempting to raise challenges to the election in several states, including Georgia, I failed to do my due diligence. I believe in and I value election integrity. If I knew then what I know now, I would have declined to represent Donald Trump in these post-election challenges. I look back on this whole experience with deep remorse. For those failures of mine, Your Honor, I have taken responsibility already before the Colorado Bar who censured me. And I now take responsibility before this court and apologize to the people of Georgia. Thank you.
Oh, as a Christian, oh. Was your ass a Christian right here?
Elite strike force team that is working on behalf of the president and the campaign to make sure that our Constitution is protected. We are a nation of rules. All of your fake news headlines are dancing around the merits of this case and are trying to delegitimize what we are doing here. Let me be very clear that our objective is to make sure to preserve and protect election integrity.
What is the point of all this?
Well, the point of this, of course, is to get to fair and accurate results because the election was stolen and President Trump won by a landslide. We know already that the election results in at least 5 of the swing states were irredeemably compromised. So we already have sufficient evidence for these states to decertify their electoral results. Your question is fundamentally flawed when you're asking where is the evidence. You clearly don't understand the legal process. What we have asked for in the court is to not have the certification of false results.
What I did not do, but should have done, Your Honor, was to make sure that the facts the other lawyers alleged to be true were in fact true. In the frenetic pace of attempting to raise challenges to the election in several states, including Georgia.
Miss LaChristian, were you a Christian when you tweeted this? Y'all go ahead and put it up. Here's one of her little tweets right here. All right, what got another tweet? Got another tweet? Got another tweet? The Democrats and the Fulton County DA are criminalizing the practice of law. I'm resolved to trust the Lord, and I will simply continue to honor, praise, and serve him. I deeply appreciate all of my friends who have reached out offering encouragement and support. Look at this here. Over $200,000 raised for my defense. Yeah, all that praise the Lord while you were standing here serving the devil. Attorney Shari Trahan is a former Fulton County prosecutor who now who's a defense lawyer there in Atlanta. Glad to have you here, Shari. So here's what was amazing. All of these legal people They were all on television everywhere saying, Fonnie Willis, what is wrong with her? She's not prepared. She can't go to trial. October is way too soon. These things are going to take 6 and 9 months or even a year. 4 guilty pleas already. What do you make of that?
Fonnie Willis is never not prepared. So that statement, I would never take that as being true. DA Willis is always prepared. She stays ready. She does not have to get ready because she stays ready. So.
But on that particular point there, again, people don't understand how these things work. They spend a lot of time preparing and leading up to these indictments. And so folks were very surprised when Chesborough and Powell, how they immediately said they want a speedy trial. And they went, okay, let's go. And now we see the result of that. Both of them, lawyers, pled guilty. And so it says a lot that out of the 3 of the first 4 guilty pleas, 3 of them are lawyers. And in this case, she has to testify against other defendants, including Donald Trump.
Yes.
What do you make of so explain to people from a prosecutor standpoint why that's so significant?
That's significant because she has so much information that will aid. She is an integral piece of the puzzle in this whole thing. So her plea in particular was very significant based on her role in all of this, how closely she was with all of the players. So when you have a situation like this where she takes a plea, now people are going to start to take this more seriously because now we know from everything that she said, you rolled some of the clips, the history of it and everything she said to continue to, to continue to perpetuate that the integrity of the election was her number one priority when she knew that what she was saying was false.
Oh, and then what gets me is, if I knew what I knew now, I would have checked. How the hell do you sit up there and participate in the hearings before the state legislature, go before the cameras, and you're making filings, and you didn't double check and verify, like, oh, I'm sorry, whatever Rudy told me, I believe. That's an abomination as an attorney.
Yes, I believe that that was a pretty interesting statement in the apology to the state of Georgia for her to characterize it as a lack of due diligence. As an attorney, as a former prosecutor, nonetheless, one of our biggest jobs is to seek justice and to seek the truth. So for her to say that she didn't properly vet that information, that's pretty surprising for somebody on her level. I mean, she's representing arguably the most powerful person in the United States. So, yeah, that was very interesting of a characterization.
Yeah, and so, I mean, I'm just sort of sitting here, just sort of laughing at it, and I'm not moved at all by these tears. I mean, because she was talking big and bad, on social media, everywhere else, and now you want to see him play games. I have no mercy on any of these people. Some people have been saying this here, that they believe that the folks who pled guilty, they're getting off too lightly. Again, speaking as somebody who served as a prosecutor, is this all about Fonnie Willis, again, getting them to plead guilty, to testify, knowing the big fish she's going after is Giuliani and Trump?
I can't say for sure what exactly DA Willis, her ultimate plan is, but I just can't say that for sure, but this sends a message that this kind of behavior will not be tolerated in the state of Georgia. So I don't feel like they got off lightly. I think that's very subjective. But this is a person who was an officer or is still an officer of the law. She has no prior criminal history. So probation to me would be something that is proper in this kind of case.
So the Colorado bar censured her, but she's now pled guilty. Granted, you're not with the Colorado bar.
Yes.
Could she lose a law license now?
I don't know. I can't say that for sure.
Well, I hope she does.
Okay.
Look, that's because here's the whole deal. I mean, that is the one thing. Look, lawyers are expected to have a higher level of responsibility.
That's correct.
And in the case of Sidney Powell, they're going after her law degree. You got Chesborough, you got her. I just think Giuliani, they're going after his law license as well. I just think that this was so grave, so severe, that they absolutely should lose the ability to practice law because of the egregious lies they told, and now they're having to plead guilty. Your thoughts?
I wouldn't say that I believe that she should lose her license. I really don't know what Colorado is going to do. There are attorneys that have criminal convictions or criminal histories that are still allowed to practice law. I do believe that this was an egregious case. I do think this is a very important case. And overall, I am pleased that DA Fani Willis has not let up, and she's continuing the fight.
All right. Attorney Shari Trahan, we appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much for having me on your show, Roland. I really appreciate it.
All right, thanks a bunch. Look, Joy, I'm sorry, homegirl got to go. I'm not believing the tears for 1 second. What Donald Trump has done to this political system, what Giuliani, Powell, Jenna Ellis, all these people, or with the seeds of discontent they have sown, these people are shameful, despicable, and they should lose everything.
Everything. If you missed it, these were Jenna Ellis's tears. I was drinking them this evening. Not only should she lose, her law license or at least have it suspended for some time, obviously she doesn't understand her responsibilities as an attorney. I mean, and the fact of the matter is we keep, teasing like she's some young idiot. She's a 38-year-old woman who graduated law school in 2011. So I don't know what lawyers with more experience she was relying on. For me, that really stuck in my car. I just cannot believe. And it's almost playing on this, white girl, she's young. BS. This was someone who knowingly lied repeatedly and through social media, just based on what you just showed, up through September, vowing that she was going to go down with this ship. No, I'm sorry. Sorry, Jenna.
Oh, absolutely. Larry, I ain't feeling none of it. I don't care. I have no compassion for none of these people. Larry?
None whatsoever. Listen, Joy talked about it. She went to the playbook. She knows the playbook always works in America. When she starts shedding tears and, she's reading a statement, she's sorry. And, she talked about being a Christian. But, last time I checked, when the 10 Commandments, there's certain commandments about being honest, right? So she didn't lead it with integrity as an attorney or as a U.S. citizen. She knew exactly what she was doing when she got on, like you highlighted, social media. She was constantly on the news telling people they didn't know what you were talking about, that clip you played. So now she messed around and found out. And as Roland, as you talk about all the time, these folks who try to stay loyal to Donald Trump, he doesn't care. He's a narcissist. So you're on your own, and these people are finding out. Some of them are going to lose their law licenses, and they won't be able to practice. And it's exactly what they deserve. When you turn your back on democracy, this is exactly what happens. And I look forward to more of these tearful, fake statements, people read over the next couple of months.
And here's the deal, Mustafa. Look, that's 4 plea deals. The other folks who are sitting around chilling, y'all stupid. Again, I'm like, here are all the people who got indicted. For the rest of these folks, especially them 2 black people, don't be the last Negro standing.
I'm trying not to laugh. It's interesting. DA Fonnie Willis got these folks in a chokehold because she's been playing 3-dimensional chess, and these folks keep playing checkers, thinking they're going to be able to outmove her. And she knows what they're going to do. If they're going to go left or right, she's already there, and she has them, in check, if you will. You're right. These folks need to go ahead and take their plea deals, because what you're finding is that the reason folks are doing this because, one, they don't want to get these felonies on their record. Then they would lose their law license. So that's the game that's going on for those folks who actually are coming from the legal side of the equation. The reality is that the writing is on the wall for Donald Trump. It is just a matter of time, because you have a number of people who were closely aligned with him who have now lined up, and they are going to have to tell the truth. Because if they don't tell the truth, there will be repercussions based upon the deals that they currently have. So everybody stay tuned, get your popcorn and your lemonade, because it's going to get real interesting as you watch all these dominoes fall.
Snatch every damn thing. Everything. I want Rudy to lose all his money. Lose his money, lose his law license. I'm hoping Trump get convicted in New York. The trial going on there. I hope he get convicted with the sister with the judge going to hit him in March. Hope he's behind, gets convicted there in Georgia. I'm looking for convictions left and right, because what these people did to this country was shameful and despicable, and they all need to pay, and pay severely. Y'all want to be law and order? Well, guess what? That law and order about to bite you in your ass. And I'm here for all of it. And so that's right. So Jenna and the rest of y'all, I'm looking for more tears. Because, see, I played Smokey Robinson the tracks of my tears. You're lucky I didn't play Scarface's No Tears.